I think it's recording. So you tell me when my time starts.
Whenever you want to start, it's fine, you're recording.
Okay, well, good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of the inclusion of the LGBTQ plus community inside the school agenda. In 2018, I became friends with some amazing people. The kind of people that fight for what is right, even though they can get in trouble for that. They taught me that sometimes I need to step out of my comfort zone and speak up when I see an injustice. And that's what I'm doing. I recall the day when the student group called AIRE made a pride parade inside Tecnología Monterrey, and they were walking all around the campus. But the principal of Prepatec did not allow their access to that part of the school. Why? Because for her, it was wrong. It may sound like something simple, but for me, it wasn't. Hearing how my own school said that any type of activity or movement related to this type of community isn't allowed in that part of the school made me feel like if I was the one that had something wrong, when it's not. Real quick, for those that does not know what does LGBTIQ plus stands for, don't worry, I will explain. It's a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, transgender, two-spirit, intersex, and queer and more community. Each one of these represent a group that are treated as a minority by society. Once that's clear, I'm going to tell you something about our country. Mexico is known for being a place where mostly part of their population is sexist and homophobic. In 2019, the Sistema Nacional de Protección de Niñas, Niños y Adolescentes said that 91% of students that represent themselves as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transsexual suffer from insults based on their physical appearance or sexual orientation, and that at least 62% of them suffer from severe bullying that went from physical abuse to psychological abuse. As we all may know, Querétaro is a really conservative state because religion is a big part of their society, and of course, the political parties that are in charge does not take into consideration this community. So, why is this topic so important to me that needs to be addressed today? Simple, because this is type of ideas that are preventing me from seeing representation and having acceptance in my own school. As I said, Querétaro is a really conservative state, and for them, sex education can be seen as a taboo. This type of topic should be addressed as by a specialist that does not only takes into account heterosexual relations, but also takes the LGBT youth inside this topic. The United Population Fund supports the use of comprehensive sexuality education because its bases are gender, human rights, equality, and consent. Sex education needs to go beyond the condom for the men, and because its objective is to help students to develop their sexuality into a safe space, and also protecting themselves from STDs, gender-based violence, and also recognizing when they are being victims of sexual abuse. Another thing that is very important to talk about is the lack of liberty of expressing our own ideas. Schools are known for being a place where students and even professors harass people that think differently from them. Why? Because there is no policy that protects LGBT youth inside this type of institutions. And of course, this problem gained the attention of several international organizations such as Human Rights, which established that LGBT youth is one of the most vulnerable sectors inside schools. And also, according to the Primera Encuesta Nacional sobre Bullying Homofóbico, 77% of students that were part of this community suffer from public humiliation, but only 3% of professors that were aware of this situation actually punished the aggressor. Violence has become so normalized in our lives that people are scared to participate in several activities because they're seeing how their school is protecting the people that are attacking them. The last idea that I want to tell you is about the importance of having an inclusive education system. Because, as we all know, it's our human right to have access to quality education, and so this should have a positive approach to LGBT youth. For the UNESCO, in the report called Mente Abierta, they said that it's vital that schools promote a culture of peace and respect inside and outside the classroom. This by teaching topics such as human rights and gender equality, but not only that, training professors to know how and when to act if there's a student that is part of this community that is being attacked. It's not only saying love wins and putting rainbows all over the campus only in June. It's actually developing plans that can have a real impact inside this community. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because I want to share with you that exact same feeling that my friends gave me a few years ago. And also because I want to create awareness. LGBT youth is still a vulnerable sector because they are left behind by the school agenda and by society. It's our duty with our community to protect them because at the end of the day we live in the same world, and the fact that there's still a debate whether we should have certain rights or not, it's unbelievable. The responsibility of creating a better world does not only depend on the people in power, it also depends on us. Thank you. Go, Liparo.